Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Thursday, April 22nd, 2021, and I hope everybody's having a great day. My name is Jennifer Cotton, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. So welcome, everybody. What that means, what's a Stampin' Up demonstrator? I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. Good morning, Shannon. I see you guys watching. I'm looking for myself over here on Facebook, and it's not coming up on my iPad, I mean. But obviously I'm live. Hello. Hey, Mary Beth. Good morning. Good morning, Landa. All right. I don't know if my iPad's going to work for me today. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, Lori. Now I can see the comments better. Hey, Stella. Hey, Linda. Good morning. So, I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, and gift packaging and more with all the tools. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 cards with a sneak peek product. Hey Rhonda, good morning. Called Pansy Patch. So this is the stamp set, which is available May 4th, or you can get it now if you're a demonstrator. And these are the coordinating dies. So I'm going to show you all about these when I do my projects later. Good morning, Pat. Thanks for sharing. Hey Linda and Zaina in the UK. Thank you. Hello. Sorry, my iPad was distracting me. It was like, share this video. I'm like, I should, but no. Anyway, hey, Joni. So, I forgot what I was saying, but as you guys come on, say hi. You will be entered to win the 3 cards I'm going to make today. And if you share the video, make sure you comment that you shared it like other people have done already this morning. And that will get you entered again. Commenting, sharing, clicking like, clicking the little emojis, any of them, all of that helps my business. I do this as a full-time job, so I appreciate it. And that's why you get the little chance to win the prize for doing that. Hey, Tammy, Zaina, I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm glad you love this stamp set. Hey, Martha, thanks for sharing. Hey, Charlotte. Oh, and I was going to say sharing is just literally Facebook should prompt you, do you want to share this video? And you can, you click the button and then you can tell it where to put it in a group, on your personal page, wherever. Hey, thanks for sharing, Tammy. Hey, Liz, good morning. And even if you're watching replay, you can still, Xana, awesome. I thought I might be saying it wrong, but either way, it sounds cool. Even if you're watching a replay, you can do all that stuff and you'll still get entered. Hey, Teresa in Ohio, good morning. Carol in Connecticut, good morning. All right, so I want to remind you about my classes for April. I offer 4 classes every month: card class, scrapbook class, Stamp-A-Stack class, and sampler class. Anyone in the US can take these. They're all offered as a to-go option. Hey, Carrie. And where did I put them? I have extra, so the deadline has passed, but I have some extra class packets left. This is the Stamp-A-Stack class packet. So you can kind of see, if you look closely, you see that's embossed. We cut, die cut, punch, emboss, everything possible. You cut your own designer paper, if that's included with the class. You get a PDF tutorial, and in this class, over $20 in merchandise. So I have, I think, a couple of Stamp-A-Stacks left for this month. We use the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set. And I don't have the cards here because people are stamping them at home right now with tubs that I let them check out. But you can, of course, stamp at home with your own supplies as well. And that is $30. And you make 12 cards. The stamp set is Celebrate Sunflowers. Shannon. And so that's Stamp-A-Stack for this month. In May, of course, I'll have all these same classes with different stamps. Then the sampler class, here's the packet for that one. Again, over $20 in merchandise. Instructions, PDF tutorial, all the stuff is cut right here in the corner, ready for you to stamp and assemble, except your designer paper. But, okay, Lori, awesome, sold. But, it just looks small because it's a sampler, so there's the squares right there. But, again, I don't have this sample to show you because someone has it checked out, but to me, it's gorgeous this month. I need to find my pen to write down for Lori. Stamp-A-Stack. It's $30 for the Stamp-A-Stack. That includes 12 cards, cut and ready to go, and over $20 in merchandise. So, will I have the stamps? The stamps will be there, Linda, but not in the tub. Like, they'll just be there. So, yes, you can use those. Sorry, I can't write and talk at the same time anymore. So I wrote down Lori Stamp-A-Stack. Okay, so, and then last but not least, I don't have any more card class, but I do have one extra, or a couple extra of scrapbook class. And so you can kind of see what you get there. You get all your 12 by 12 pieces, whatever larger pieces we put on the pages, and then everything again cut, die cut, punched, assembled, ready for you to stamp and assemble. Mary Ann wants sampler. I hope I didn't miss anybody. No, I have another Stamp-A-Stack, Shannon. I think I have one more. I can't see my basket fully, but if you want that, Shannon, I'll put you down. And, again, I may have 3. I have at least 2. I can't remember. I didn't know people would actually buy it, so I didn't. The basket's like right here. Like, I can see it, but I can't reach it from where I'm standing. Okay, so Marianne said sampler, and Sally Smith, which one do you want? Sampler or Stamp-A-Stack? Their sampler, or Stamp-A-Stack might be sold out. Okay. Yes, Shannon. Awesome, I wrote you down. Awesome. This is like a aside from the video. Okay, so hopefully I didn't miss anybody. I got Lori, I got Shannon, I got Mary Ann, and then Sally. I just need to know which one you are asking for. Okay, so I do those every month. By the way, for Stamp-A-Stack and Sampler, you can sign up and join the club, and then you'll get it every month. It's the same exact price, but the difference is that you, after 6 months consecutively of being in club, you get $25 in free merchandise. I just hit my first 6 months because this was a new club for me. So lots of people got their $25 in merchandise this month, and it was mailed out with their kits. So, Sally, so I'll check for you as soon as the video's over, and I will email you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Barbara. And anyone else I missed while we were doing the rundown there of my classes. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Cindy. Thanks for sharing. Awesome. Okay, so what's next? Let me look at my notes because I definitely got off track there. By the way, prices, in case Sampler is $28, Stamp-A-Stack is $30. They both are the same value, actually. Sampler should be $30, but I haven't changed that pricing yet. Okay, next, for my bingo class, which is tomorrow, I do have an extra class packet. So if you're local, you could pick it up today or tomorrow. Bingo's tomorrow night. But if you're not local, you could still take bingo. I can send you your bingo cards by text or email. And then you can get the class packet later to complete the 4 cards that we'll be making for bingo. So you'll need the Butterfly Brilliant stamp set and then a greeting stamp set to complete them. And that's it. We only are using like 2 ink pads, Basic Gray and Memento Black, a couple of Stampin' Blends, and everything's going to be cut, die cut, punched, ready for you to just stamp and assemble. So those are the 4 cards. That class is, let me find it, $34 for pickup, $42 with shipping. And the event happens tomorrow night at 6:30. You'll get to play games for prizes. You'll get to see me demonstrate all 4 of these cards, and then you can stamp it and assemble at home. So if you want that spot, just let me know, or you can use the link if you've already received that. It will work. Let me see who said, Pat Chat is watching while she works. Awesome, Pat. And good morning to Peggy. Good to see you. Okay, so there's that one. My new catalog kickoff for the new Stampin' Up catalog, which comes out May 4th. Yay! I'm having a virtual online kickoff, and that is happening on May 15th. That's a Saturday. If you can't be in person, that's fine. Everything will be recorded, so you can still participate later. Anyone in the U.S. can join. Your kits will be mailed on May 15th, and then, May 14th, and then the next day we'll do the demonstrations, and that will include me making all the cards from beginning to end, all of your minimum 10 projects. That will also include 2 bonus presentations by 2 guest stampers in my team. And then you're going to stamp and assemble at home with those videos and the PDF tutorials after you receive the kit. When you register, you can add on any of the stamp sets and bundles I'm using. They're all new, and you'll get PayPal invoiced when I'm allowed to invoice for that. You can participate in a Zoom, so you can be there in person to ask me questions. There'll be door prize giveaways. There's a gift included with your class packet and $50 in merchandise. So again, well, I didn't say this, but register by May 9th. I don't have the prices on here, but it's not much more than the $50. It's priced very economical for you guys. So you get $50 in merchandise, plus all your 10 make and takes, plus a gift, and a chance to win door prizes, and the videos, and all that stuff. And I think it's $60 or $65, but I have to check. But the link has been sent out. I've been sending emails about it, and more emails will go out. So, but if you really want to know, message me privately and I'll tell you. So when you register for that, or well, let me tell you what stamps we're going to use. They're called, from the new catalog, Beauty of Friendship, Color and Contour, Art in Bloom, and then Create with Friends. And Create with Friends is my $1 million stamp set. And if you add that on to any of my classes, if you click the add-on option versus just ordering it yourself, because then it'll go straight to you, it'll come to me first and I'll autograph that for you. So you can add that onto this class as well as many other classes I have. And again, I can't charge you for it yet, but I'll invoice you later. So if you're a demonstrator, you can order those already. And if you're not, again, you can add them and they'll come with your class packet, or you could just order them later and see if you want to substitute your own stuff. I have shown the ones I have in hand already on several videos before, so you can see the actual product. Let me catch up here. Good morning to Marilyn and Debbie. Good to see you guys. Okay, my paper and ribbon share is coming up from, again, the new catalog. There are 10 new designer papers and 3 new specialty papers that will be included in the share. You're going to get 6 by 12 inch pieces, or 6 by 6 if that's how the paper comes. It's a total of 63 sheets of 6 by 12 and 16 sheets of 6 by 6 in this paper share. So you're going to get a sampling of every new paper in this new catalog. That way you can see which ones you like, which ones are your favorites, and which ones you want to order more of later. And then if you choose to, when you register, you can add on, or you can select the option for the party, which includes make and takes, 10 projects that will use every one of the 10 new designer papers, and a bonus surprise gift. And let me get prices here. So paper share only is $53, and there's a with shipping option when you register. The party is $73, so it's only $20 more for 10 make and takes, a gift, and then the party, which is a Facebook party that is recorded. You can watch it anytime. That happens on, what's our date? It's on the sheet somewhere. Oh goodness, I can't find it right now. but it's in June. So June 9th. Oh no, 13th. There it is. I should have made it bold. Anyway, it's June 13th is when we are having the party. I think that's the correct date. Let me look, because we changed it to a Sunday because of all of our schedules, because there's 3 of us doing this. Yes, that's the correct date, the 13th. Anyway, you don't have to be present. You can watch it later, but adding on the party is going to give you a lot more fun and chances to win prizes and gifts and all that stuff. So we have that. And then there's also a ribbon share, which is $31. You're going to get 30 yards of ribbon, all new, and there are 12 new ribbons. So it's like 2.5 yards of each one. Okay, so any questions on that, let me know. We will be using new stamp sets with this one, the Create with Friends, my $1 million set, and Seasons Blessings, which is a new one I don't have yet to show you, but you can add those on when you register. Okay, so that's all about the share, and you need to register for that, preferably, sorry, I threw my paper away before I was done, preferably by May 3rd, but I'm extending it to May 9th to register. But if you wait, stuff could be on back order. So, hello everybody. Hey Brenda. Hey Stacy. Thanks for sharing, Betty. Hey Shirley. Good morning. Jeanne. Good morning. Betty. Good to see you. Good morning. Hey Pam. And thanks for sharing, Betty, by the way. Good morning. Good morning. Judy in East Tennessee. Good morning. Hey Debbie Jennings. Good to see you as well. Don't forget about our stamping cruise. It is happening, knock on wood, January 30th, 2022. So lots of time for us to get this COVID under control and CDC to let cruise ships start cruising again. This is a Western Caribbean cruise, Falmouth, Jamaica, Georgetown, Grand Cayman, and Cozumel, Mexico, out of Galveston, Texas on Liberty of the Seas. Your crafting portion will include 6 classes, which tons of projects with that. 150 in product, a shirt, good gifts, like you're going to get value, and cropping time and a cropping table. 24/7, that crop room is open, and we do have a small selection of stuff there for you to use of our supplies as well to work on whatever you want. In addition, the ship has 4 pools, a movie theater, bars, clubs, restaurants. All your meals are included when you do a cruise. You literally don't have to pay for any meals. You can, but you don't have to. And everyone can come. They don't all have to select the crafting portion when they register, but we get a group rate, so it's a great deal. Hey, Sherry, good morning. Brenda, thank you. She says, looking forward to getting the $1 million stamp set. Thank you very much. I hope it goes on back order when on May 4th. Probably won't, but that would be nice. Good, Shirley. Yes, I hooked up Shirley with a team member. Shirley's a team member, and I hooked her up with another team member so they can go on our cruise together, because it is cheaper if you have a roommate, for sure. If you want a room all by yourself, it's going to cost more. The cruise does. Hey, Linda. Good morning. Hey, Rhonda. All right, Stampin' Up Specials, last chance list. The catalog is getting ready to go out. It's getting closer and closer. This is our current catalog. You can still order from it. Several things have sold out, especially lots of the the retiring in colors, like ink pads and paper and stuff, some of the Stampin' Blends, and some other stuff has sold out. But a lot of it is still available at a huge discount. Not all of it's discounted, but it's like last chance. Get it now. We won't be selling it again. Stamps. Today is the 22nd, so tomorrow, right? My watch wouldn't work. Tomorrow is the last day that any retiring stamps are guaranteed. So tomorrow's Friday. Saturday, they're while supplies last. So if they're already low, they're going to go quick starting on Saturday. And that's stamp sets. Everything else has been while supplies last. I did a whole video where I showed everything that's going out and talked about any reduced prices and all that stuff, and I'll have a link to that video in this video description. And then May 4th is when the new catalog goes live. Yay! So if you are in my clubs, you cannot order from this book this month, even though you've been picking it up from my porch. Local customers, by the way, can pick these up from my porch now. Just tell me you are, so I know to replenish the box outside. And if you're long distance, I should have mailed it to you if you've ordered in the last 6 months, and most have told me they've received theirs. So, but we're depending on the post office with that. So it could be different times depending on where you live and all that stuff. But demonstrators get to order from these early, which is now from a select list. We can order select items. So anyone can buy our starter kit, 99 bucks, pick 125 of anything you want, including the pre-order items. Don't forget, butterfly. This is what we're using for bingo. Butterfly Brilliance bundle. You can still get that early. And you can still get the Natural Touch specialty paper while supplies last. And then don't forget the Hey Chick stamp set and Chick dies are going to be going out at the end of June. So you want to make sure, if you want those, you get them before the end of June. And towards, when it gets closer, it could be while supplies last. So keep that in mind. Paper Pumpkin this month is going to be baseball themed. I talked about this last week. So the May kit is baseball themed. It says, with all-star stripes, a nostalgic nod, and a stamp set fit for an MVP. There's no better way to root for your home team. Step up to the plate for the people who'll always go to bat for you with the Batter Up Paper Pumpkin Kit. It's going to have enough supplies to make 9 cards and coordinating envelopes. Has a timeless throwback touch with classic colors, pinwheel and pinstripe patterns, and vintage washed paper pieces. And it comes with some bubble gum because that's baseball themed. And of course, an exclusive stamp set and ink pad. So this is one of our past Paper Pumpkin kits. They come in a box exactly this size. Thanks for sharing, Cindy. Good morning. They come with instructions. And then they come with a stamp set, of course, that you can only get in the Paper Pumpkin kit, not sold anywhere else, and whatever else you need to make those projects. So adhesive, embellishments, your ink, and of course envelopes and all that stuff to make the kit. So this Paper Pumpkin is a great gift for anyone who wants to become a crafter, who you want to become a crafter, in this case, who's into baseball, and people who are in, nursing homes, assisted livings, anything like that. And it is $22, which includes the stamp set and the ink and all the supplies cut, like ready to just stamp and assemble. Even the adhesive is in there. So it's a great value. You can subscribe where you'll get it every month, and you can cancel anytime for $22 plus tax only, or you can pre-purchase on my website. And you can get 1 month, 6 months, 12 months. 1, 3, 6, or 12. Hey, Susan. Good morning. Let's see who else I missed here. I think I said hi to Rhonda and Linda. Cool. I'm sort of caught up. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, I think, and flip the camera down, because I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my upcoming retreat and retreat in a box. Tommy, good morning. So let me move all these catalogs out of my way. So when I point it down, you're going to kind of see a mess, but I will fix it. And if you get dizzy, close your eyes, because I need to flip the camera and put it into my stand here. There we go. Okay, now let me clip it in, the fun part. Okay, perfect. There we go. Okay, so you kind of see a mess here, but I do want to remind you that every month I have an online ordering special. When you place an order on my online store of $25 or more with the host code for that month, this is the one for this month. You can also use this QR code if you hold your camera up to that. It'll take you to the website, and it will put the it will put the host code into your shopping bag automatically. If it's 25 or more, you're going to get a free class packet mailed to you to make 4 cards with this month, the In Bloom bundle. Of course, we'll die cut, punch, emboss, everything possible. And if it's $50 or more, you're going to receive also a free, what's the word I'm looking for? Accessory, full accessory. So, and if it's 150 or more, you will also receive host benefits from Stampin' Up. Sorry, I'm like, I don't know what is distracting my brain today. You will receive a free gift from Stampin' Up of $15 or more in product of your choice. So, don't use the host code, or else it won't give you that. So, and I'll still give you my 2 gifts. Hopefully that made sense. That was a very stilted thing. So, the Retreat in a Box, anyone can purchase this in the US, and there is a tutorial only option if you're outside of the US. And what that is you're actually going to get a box in the mail, or if you pick it up from me, it'll be in a bag, to make, first of all, it'll include $50 in merchandise, not including this stamp set. You can add it on when you register if you like. You're going to get paper cut, cut, die cut, punched, embossed, ready for you to stamp and assemble to make 10 projects using the Pansy Patch bundle. And you're going to get over $50 in merchandise, and you're going to get 6 gifts, not including your bag, which is another gift, from April and I. So it is a great value. Your price includes shipping. It's $99 with shipping, and then there's a price without shipping. I don't know if I have it written down here, but if you want to pick it up from me, there's a price for that too, $84. The tutorials only are $30, and if you purchase that, you get the 2 bonus classes as well. So let me give you a sneak peek of these amazing projects. You're going to make 5 cards. You're going to make 2 adorable gift card holders, 2 scrapbook pages. Oh, there's my notes, how to cut it, and a sampler. So it's great, in my opinion. Sign up now. You can also still attend the in-person event, which is a weekend retreat. That is happening May 7 through 10, I believe. I'm trying to find all my notes. It's in Dallas, or Las Colinas, Texas, near DFW Airport. And it will include everything I just said, plus your, crop table, hotel room, meals, etc. And yeah, I don't have my dates written down there. I think it's May 7 through 10. I know there's some people on here that are attending, and sometimes they jump on before me. It's May 6 through 9. I keep being off one day. So that's the in-person. If you register for the to-go, the deadline is April 25th, which is this Sunday, and kits are mailed, which I think is what you're asking, Lori, approximately May 14th. And again, you can add these bundles and stuff on when you register. So hopefully I basically said everything you need to know about that. And then this is the stamp set I'm going to use today in our demonstration. You can buy it May 4th or now if you're a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Now, when you take the Retreat in a Box or the Retreat Live, there's optional classes you can add on. And you can also, if you're taking it to go, only take 1 or 2 of the classes and not the retreat. It's the same link, just click on it and you can sign up for the classes. So my class is a Stamp-A-Stack. You're actually gonna make 20 cards. This is only 10. So you'll make double what you see here. you'll get over $35 in merchandise, including a brand new product that I'm going to show you. I can show you here. My package looks terrible because I've been cutting on it. And then 5 designs of each card, 4 of each. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek here. I have skin tone choices there as well. But remember, you're making 20 cards. So it's the Handsomely Suited Suite that you'll be using. And this paper is one of the items that's included with your $35 fee. It is covered in cat hair. This is a very, it's actually like fabric, it's linen. This is new in the new catalog. So this will be included with your fee. It is, you can peel it off and stick it, so it's sticky back. I did not do that for any of my projects because I used Stampin', well, for a couple of reasons, but a couple of them used Stampin' Dimensionals. I don't know if you can see it at the texture at all. Oh, you can. But yes, $99 includes shipping and over $50 in merchandise and 6 gifts and a bag and shipping, and make and takes and PDF tutorial. So it is a lot for $99. We actually did our budget yesterday and I was like, we're barely staying at $99 for our cost, April, but we did it. So yeah, it's full value. And Tommy, I don't know, I know you're local, so I don't know if picking up from me would be an option for you, but there is that option as well. Anyway, this is really cool paper. It comes out in the new catalog. It's 12 by 12. You get 2 sheets. This is obviously where I've cut it up for my class. I somehow accidentally made an extra tie there. So, but I did die cut that out. So it does die cut. See that there? And that's the sticker. Like, I did not peel the sticker off because we used dimensionals on that in the class. So that's cool. The classes are $45 each. They include over $35 in merchandise. So again, you are getting a huge value. I mean, my class makes 20 cards. And then April's class is going to use the hand-pinned petals, I think it's called. And if you're attending in person, by the way, you can still sign up to take those classes in person as well. Hand-pinned petals, and it's a scrapbook and card class. You're going to make 4 12 by 12 pages and 4 cards using the hand-pinned petals. Same price. $45 includes over $35 in merchandise plus all your projects. So, what I have here is some more new product to show y'all. Okay, Tommy, let me write down a note where I wrote down all my other ones earlier. And there is a registration link, so I will send you that link. And I'll give you some notes because there's like choices when you register. So here I got some more new product in, and just wanted to show it to you real quick. I forgot to show this last week because I had it pulled so I could work on these samples, but I had that last week. But, you know, I'm constantly placing orders. And so I got more new stuff. This one I haven't not even opened yet, but I showed you guys the hand-pinned Memories and More card kit. I forgot to bring it over here to be able to show you today, but these cards and envelopes coordinate with it. So you can literally just take those pre-made cards, pop them on a card base here, have a matching envelope. Oh, cute. And you're ready to go. Like quick cards. I'm sure this will be a class coming up in the future where we just make cards with these Memories and More cards and envelopes and the Memories and More cards. So it's called Hand-Pinned Memories and More cards and envelopes. So that's a new product coming out May 4th, or you can get it now if you're a demo. And then I got my In Color 6x6 designer paper. Again, I haven't opened any of these other ones. So this comes in all the colors, but this is the new In Color stack. That'll be available May 4th. Unless all the demonstrators buy it all and we have to wait for new stock to come in. That's another perk of being a demonstrator. You get to order before back orders start. A couple of items in the pre-order are on back order right now. So far, just a couple, but we'll see how much people keep ordering. Now, this is called the 2021 to 2023 In Color Shimmer Vellum. It's 12 by 12, as you can see. It's definitely shimmery. Oh, yes, you can even see it right there. So let's look at it as the vellum portion. So it's see-through, but it's still pretty dark. Like, you definitely can see through it, but it's dark. Definitely not shimmery on the back. And it's all the new In Colors, so I think that'll be the Soft Succulent Pink. What's it called? Polished Pink, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, all the purple people out there, and Pale Papaya. Ooh, and it kind of feels, velvety. That's nice. So that's going to be cool. It's available May 4th as well for, now if you're a demo, you get that starter kit. Okay, so for today, I am stamping with the, I was like, why are those scissors over there? Pansy Patch Bundle that's available starting May 4th. So here it is. I'm going to show, I showed this before on a video, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. I'm going to show you how the stamps work together. And I have the designer paper as well, which I showed on another video, and now it's been used because of prepping for that event coming up. But it's gorgeous paper. Even if you don't get the stamps, like once the catalog goes live, you're going to want this paper. It's got all these different gingham patterns. It's so pretty. This is one of my favorite sheets from it. That's all I have left. So I don't even know if that's all the designs because I've used so much, but I'll talk about this during the projects as well. With this stamp set, it is photopolymer, which is great for stamping these images, which you'll see when I stamp them today. Our new photopolymer stamps come like this. So the sheets are not printed on, and then your images are printed here. So if you want to stick your stamps directly inside the case, you can. I don't like to do that because I like to take these out when I'm working and lay them on my table and grab the stamps I want. That's just me. So I keep them on these sheets, but I do lay them back on here to position them and make sure I'm not missing any stamps. Hopefully that makes sense. A lot of stamps are missing out of this set because I have them over there for the retreat stuff or today's demonstration. Anyway, it's got 6 different greetings. The little things you do make such a big difference. Love you much. Wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. Thank you. Happy birthday, and a little hello from me to you. And then all these images that pretty much all need to be stamped with a second image to create one image. So it's 2 or more steps. So here are the steps. And I'll show, well, we're going to use the dies today too, but the dies can stand alone, some of them, or work with the stamp set. So the ones that you see that have the embossed lines do die cut out. I'll be showing this today. So they cut around and emboss at the same time. So those can stand alone. And then, of course, the outline ones are going to cut out your stamped images, like the flower, the other flower, the leaves, these other flowers and stems. There's 3, I believe, different stems that match stamp sets. Yeah, I think those are mainly it there. And then there's even more images that you can die cut out and glue together to create images. Like there's 2 dies that make 1 leaf. There's multiple dies that make 1 pansy. And then there's these dies, which I assume that's a baby pansy. I'm such not educated on flowers. But why wouldn't it be a pansy? This stamp set's called Pansy Patch, right? So that must be like a bud. But it makes a gorgeous flower just to use alone on a project. And so there's that one. So hopefully you can see everything here. These are stamped and die cut out. It's a 2-step flower and a single stem. Then here I show the 5 images that are stamped together to make one pansy, the large one. And then 4 images that make the small pansy. And then of course I die cut it out. So that's the stamping portion sort of to the left. And then over here on the right is where I die cut these 3, and they do put embossing in there when you die cut them. So it's gorgeous. And this green leaf under, the light green, which is soft succulent, and that's evening evergreen on top, is embossed as well, which you'll see that on one of my cards today. So here's the flower, the center die cut. It cuts out 3 of these little centers. So it is great. You're going to want it. Just believe that. And obviously you can do any color combinations you want because you can. Oh, and by the way, Brenda said she loves this. I did copy this idea, totally copied it from another demonstrator on Demonstrator. It's a Facebook group for demonstrators only that Stampin' Up runs. Another perk. Thank you to her for sharing because obviously I could have put one of these together, but I just kind of copied her format. I changed it a little, but yeah. So glad you like that, Brenda, but it was not my original idea. To be honest though, if I were y'all, if you're like me, if you buy this stamp set, I would make my own because I used it every time I made samples, including the ones for today and the ones for the retreat. I would literally be like, which stamps go on here again? And, you know, it just sort of gave me all my options in one viewing. So I would make one for myself if I were y'all. I did want to, actually what I meant to say when I was saying this is photopolymer is to remind you that if you don't have a very hard, firm table surface, make sure you grab your Stampin' Pierce mat. It's only $5. It's number 126199 in the online store. Or put something under your paper while you're stamping, that will allow you to get a clean image when you stamp. If you're getting a not clean image when you stamp with Stampin' Up stamps, the problem is your table or the ink you're using. The problem is not the stamps 9 times out of 10. Now, yes, you can get a defective stamp set every once in a while. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so here's some extra stuff I'm going to be using on the cards, which I'll talk on this card, which I'll talk about at that time. But we have our card base. It's an 8.5 by 11 cut in half, so it's 5.5 by 8.5. Then we have a piece of the designer paper. So it's gingham on one side, that's the fresh freesia, but I'm using the flower side. That's 4 by 5 1/4. Then I have a piece of pre-die cut scallop rectangle, which I'll show you in a second. That's Calypso Coral, which is a color I totally forgot about when I was showing you guys like color combos with the new papers, but this goes great with Pale Papaya. And then I have a piece of basic white that I cut to go inside that. I'll measure that in a second. And then a big old scrap of basic white to stamp my flowers on. So, colors, I think am I using all of these? I think I'm using all of these on this card. So they are, 3 of them are brand new in colors: Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, and Pale Papaya. And then I'm also using Bumblebee and Calypso Coral. So see, these two, they go well together, Coral and Pale Papaya. Okay, so those are the colors I'm going to use. I'm going to also use the Pale Papaya woven ribbon. It's called Pale Papaya and white because it has a little white border. I'm also going to use the amazing Bumblebee trinkets. These have gone on back order already. They literally are so amazing. I couldn't believe my eyes the way they look when you put them on a card. It's like in person. I don't know how it's going to look on the video, but in person, it's like amazing. Oh, and then the in color jewels, all the new in colors. And then let me show you these dies. I've shown them before, but they're called the Scalloped Contour dies. They come out May 4th. And of course, anything I'm using is in the pre-order, except for my $1 million stamp set. That's not in the pre-order. So again, just in case. But look at these dies. They're so amazing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different scallops. Each one gives a different little detail when you cut it. And I used for this card, this like second to the largest. And so it puts little, it's not even like stitch marks. It's like piercing marks, really small, close together pierce marks all the way around. And the scallops on these are larger than any of our other scallop stuff we sell already. So I love it. So I pre-die cut that, but I will demonstrate die cutting today. And then that white, I just measured with a ruler inside the little dotted lines there to see what size to make this. And it ended up being a weird size. It's 2 5/8 by 2, 4, 6, 3 7/8. Okay. Now you could make it a little smaller if you wanted it to be more in the 1/4 inch measurements, but that's a pretty perfect fit there. Okay, so for my card base, I'm going to fold that in half and get it out of the way. I'll use my bone folder, and I like to align the 2 corners on the table, rest them against my thumb, and then fold firmly with the bone folder. And I'm not stamping on the designer paper. That's going to go next. And this is a landscape style card. I do recommend stamping and signing your name on the back, so whoever you give this card to knows you made it. And you want to do that first in case you mess it up or do it the wrong direction. Then you could cover that up and make that be the front of your card. And now you have a second chance to do that. So I'll set that aside. And then, and I don't need the scallop right now, I'm going to stamp on these 2 pieces. This is a scrap, so I don't have to be straight. And the other piece I do need to stamp correctly. So I'm going to use lots of stamps on this card. And as you saw, lots of colors. So on my rectangle that's going to go on the front of the card, I just need my greeting. And it's going to be in Calypso Coral. And I'll just put that there for now. This is the one that says, wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. And the fonts on this are a mix of cursive and like print. So really cute. So I'm going to stamp that in the bottom right hand corner. I'm really far, so I'm going to try to stamp straight. There we go. Beautiful. And so that's all I'm stamping on there. I'm going to put my die cut flowers over here, so I'll move that aside. And now I'm going to, of course, demonstrate what I did on here. And so in general, the more solid flower is going to be your lighter color for the pansy. And so mine is going to be pale papaya for this card. And then the more detailed flower will be darker, so that's Calypso Coral. And I'm doing that because when I made this card in the first place, I stamped them in the wrong colors. It was hilarious because I did this one in the dark, and then when I did this on top, I don't know, it was crazy. Something, I can't remember now what funny happened, but it cracked me up. I need 2 flowers for this card. You never want to stamp hard on our stamp sets, but this is a huge solid image, so you can just move it around, tap, tap, tap multiple times in multiple areas to get a good inking. And then, of course, hold it and press firm for several seconds. And I'm going to do a third one because I want to show you another option that I did not do on this card. But I only need 2. And then this one goes right on top. So I'm going to try, let me see how far I can pull this down and still be in screen. So get it closer to my face. But if I mess this up, it'll be only because I'm on far away from my stamping. You know, normally you have it right under your face. But this is actually very easy to align, because what I do is look at, there's 2 points towards the bottom that are like pointing up on the left and right. Literally, they go right on top of these 2 points on the first image you stamped. So that's what I mainly look at, is those two. Are they right on top of each other? See, it's off because I'm on camera. It's not because I'm on camera, honestly. It's because I'm really far away from this piece of paper. That one's a lot better. See? So it's really easy. Like, I pretty much didn't mess up any of the ones I did when I was stamping normal. You could use your Stamparatus, of course, for alignment. And what else? There's another tip. I don't know. I lost it. Okay, so then there's this center image of the pansy. And I keep getting confused and having to look at my previous samples, but the larger portion goes towards the bottom. And this just basically goes right in the middle. So I'm going to do, it's just like right below the stamped image. And it doesn't have to be perfect. But, so, and this is how I'm stamping these flowers for this card. So I want this middle portion to be white. But there is a stamp that fills in that middle portion. So you can use that if you want. And so I'm going to show you on this other flower. If you're going to do that, I would stamp that first in Pale Papaya. And then I would add this one so I can make sure the middle of it is in the middle of the white part there. So that's why I stamped that third one. So you can add that section or you can leave it white. So you can see how, because there's so many different stamps, how you can make so many different color combinations you want. Like if you're like me, you might have to Google what color pansies are, or just go with art and do whatever colors you want. Okay, so there is a little stamp for the center. It's like a teardrop. It points up, and now I'm questioning myself, but to me the point goes to the top. So I'm doing that in Bumblebee. If I can open it. Oh, I wanted to give tips on opening our ink pads. Someone had questioned, not really questioned, but they were talking about it in an email to me about having trouble opening our ink pads. So I did want to show that real quick, just like whatever, the tips. So these are our new style ink pads, which are not new anymore, but they were new to us at one point. So there's like a little opening right there. You can feel it, and that's where you open from. So you want to hold the ink pad in your, if you're right-handed, in your left hand. And then you want to have a finger at the back and a thumb at the front, basically, and open it like a makeup compact. They do get easier and easier to open as, I just read Barbara's comment, as you use them. They can be a little stiff at first. So that's how you open it, and don't get ink all over yourself, right? Look, none of my fingers are anywhere near being in danger of getting ink. Now, some people do a thing where they put their 2 thumbs here at the back, and did you see how it popped it open? You can't really, it just like pops it open. That's like if you're having trouble with this part, like maybe you have arthritis or whatever. Many different things can cause that problem. So once you do that, you open it all the way, and then you slide it forward or slide it open. And then I'll show you how to close it. So I'm going to stamp Bumblebee. This is a brand new Bumblebee ink pad, so it's very juicy. Going to stamp very gently like always. And so there's my little centers. That third one was very off, but that's fine. Now to close it, this is where, when they're new, when you're not used to these, you can get ink all over yourself. You want to, same thing, left hand, no fingers in the ink. You want to grab the portion right there at the back that doesn't have ink on it and pull it all the way out, and then just close it. So hopefully that's helpful. All right, let me do my leaves real quick. I have Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen. These colors are going to be great for the next 2 years. And I just need 2 leaves, so I'm doing the large solid one in Soft Succulent and the detail one in Evening Evergreen. I'm going to turn this so I can try to see what I'm doing. This one, I've had many that were not perfect when I stamped them, and it's like, I don't care. It's perfectly fine. You can see there's like a 2 bubble image there that you align, and you can see where I'm off more on that one than that one. Perfect. For me, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so hopefully that helps you with how to stamp these with or without this middle portion. Now the bottom one is so small, it's just fully colored in. You don't get the white option. And of course, like I said, I don't really know flowers and all that, so I looked at a couple of our different designer papers. This one has the white portion on all the flowers, basically. Well, not really. See, not true. But a lot of them have the white portion. And then if you look at this one, they all, well, no, again, not true. But many of them don't have the white, and some do. So, who knows? Our flower experts know if that's, like, depending on the color of the flower or not. But you can go either way is my point. Leave this off or not. Okay, so I'm seeing that some comments are coming, but I'm not keeping up too well right now. Let me grab my die cut machine, Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I'll fold it up this time. So the machine is like, it folds up nice and compact like this, and then when you're ready to use it, you just open the sides. It's a die cutting machine. It comes with everything you need to die cut or emboss anything Stampin' Up sells. So it comes with these these 4 pieces. They are numbered with instructions that come with it, plus this piece for embossing, for certain embossing. Again, there are instructions, or you can always just ask me. So I have these, the number 1, number 2, and then one of the number 3s on bottom for die cutting. And I'm going to place my paper on the machine and then grab my dies. So the larger leaf, there is a different shape leaf that's kind of smaller, but it's also just fatter, so it's not really that much smaller. And then this one here for the flower. And I'm only going to cut out one time, just in case anyone's not familiar with die cutting, because I actually pre-did all of these. But you align the image, the die with the image. You can place a sticky note across there to hold that in place if you like. I always do it on the machine, because if you have to set this down now, everything's going to shift unless you did the sticky notes. Then I slip my top cutting pad on top, secure it down so nothing shifts, and run it through. And then it cuts it all out for you. If you aligned it properly, it gives you that nice white border. If you were a little bit off, you say, it's going on a piece of white paper anyway, it's fine. Because for real, when you put it on a piece of white paper, it kind of, those imperfections disappear. But like I said, I did pre-do these to save you guys time today. So that's how you die cut. It's awesome. The machine is 120, and it'll last you like years and years and years. Of course I lost a leaf. Why would I not? I'll use the one I just cut now. Obviously I cut 2. Okay, so I think I have all my pieces and I'm ready to finish this card. So once you have all your stuff ready, you can put it together. Where's my lid? I did find that. I found that lost lid, y'all. I don't know if you remember me saying I lost it. Like, in the middle of the floor. Maybe the cat dragged it there, because I'm like, I would have looked here. It's ridiculous. Okay. So, for the flowers, what I did when I made this card, I made all this, and I basically was like, how many flowers do I need? And I laid them on there, and I laid some leaves on there. And I kind of did it like this, something like that. And then I decided I wanted to add a bow, and so I ended up moving this leaf over, which you'll see when I finish this. And I looked at which of my flowers was die cut better. I'm going to go with this one. So that's going to be my one on top, because more of that edge is going to show. So first I'm going to place down, I'm just using Stampin' Seal, super strong adhesive. You don't need to use a ton. Place down the greeting I stamped flat. Then I'm going to place the lower flower to the left, top left, flat. And then I'll use Stampin' Dimensionals on the right flower that's going to be a tiny bit higher. Grab my dimensionals. I have a ton of edges, but just to save time on the video, I will use fulls, but I use mini Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'll put 3 on this in a triangle shape on this pansy. And then that's gonna just go here kind of to the right and angled a little bit and up a little bit. And then, so I want to figure out where I want these leaves, but I will tie my bow first so that I can see where the bow is gonna lay. So this is that papaya and white woven ribbon. I'm gonna make a bunny ear bow. So 2 bunny ears, lots of space in between. All my fingers are pointing at me. Cross the right over the left, and then push that same right one down into the bunny hole. So if you're just joining, I'm showing pre-order, thank you, Carol, pre-order product that's not really available to the public yet, but really technically it is, because anyone can buy the starter kit and then get this new product. So, but if you just want to remain a customer, you can get this stuff May 4th. And I'm kind of showing this today to encourage you to sign up for my retreat in a box, because we're using all the same products. You're getting a roll of this ribbon, you're getting the bumblebees, you're getting the in color jewels, you're getting the designer paper, like you're getting so much with that fee. Okay, so my bow is gonna go here, so now I can figure out where to place these leaves. So my bow's gonna go in that bottom left-hand corner at an angle. And of course I don't want the leaf to cover up the greetings there. I don't know where these leaves would actually be growing from, but this is just artistic. Here we go. You know, license, I guess. Then I'm gonna place Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of the rectangle. Let me go ahead and attach down my designer paper, since I know I'm not adding any ribbon around the back of that. And then dimensionals on my rectangle, I'm just gonna do, I think 5. It is a very large rectangle, but it'll be fine. And then center that. Then I'll use a mini glue dot for my bow. So remember, with our new glue dots, just bend the part you're peeling off backwards to make that one glue dot lay flat against the circle, so you can press really hard and pull and get that glue dot on your embellishment. Oh, I need these again. Now for my in color jewels, I'm using the pale papaya, and I'm putting them in the center of the flower, of each flower. So it's kind of going to cover that yellow that I stamped, but any, you know, any part that would be white showing will be yellow underneath instead. So just put your finger on your embellishment, and I use the take your pick tool the pointy end, and you dig under there while your finger's on top so you don't make it fly across the room. And then you can place this embellishment exactly where you want on your project. Cute. There's two sizes in these in color embellishments, a larger one and a smaller one. And then last but not least, the finishing touch that legitimately, I texted Landa when I put the first one on one of the retreat samples I made. I was like, these bumblebee trinkets are amazing. I don't know what it is. I think it's just all the detail. They're so bright gold. I just put the glue dots away, y'all. When you glue it to your project goes up like 20 levels. Right? Did that not just go up like 20 levels? So there you go. Thank you, Pat. I know you've already been playing with the pansies even sooner than I was. Pat says she loves the pansies. Here's my other card, the first one I made. And I'm gonna catch up on comments real quick. Thank you, Carol, Mary Ann, no problem being late. Charlotte, pansies are very diverse in color ranges, combinations, love them. Shirley, thank you for sharing. And hello. Oh, so Barbara's comment was that these flowers look like monkeys with really cool hairdos. And I have thought, actually I have a piece, I think I lost it. It's not over here. Oh, I know where it is. So I agree with with Barbara, that I definitely could see people making animals out of these. Also, when you die cut, I think it's this one, which is an edge of these pansies, you get this piece left over. And doesn't that look like some kind of little cartoon character? Like this is the head, these are the arms. It kind of reminds me of Groot. I think I hand cut right here, but I saved this because I was like, that is so cute. You could put some little eyes on it. So anyway, making animals out of things that aren't animals, that could definitely be a thing. But I saved that piece because I was like, yeah, that's something. Anyway, okay, back to the things. Lori says scallop and contour dies are on her list. Hey, Dorothy. Hey, Sharon. Good morning. Thank you, Brenda. Cool. Okay, I think I kind of caught up. Marcia. Yes, you love the bumblebee. Awesome. Good, good, good. Thank you guys very much. Okay, so there's our first card. Moving on to our next card. Let me look and see. Okay, so for this one, I wanted to showcase the die cutting, like the die cut flowers. Don't worry, I pre-did it. But so I have a basic white card base, 5.5, 8.5. Then I have Blackberry Bliss, 4 by 5 1/4. There's like a piece of fuzz right there. And then I have one of these gorgeous pieces of designer paper that's 3 3/4 by 5. So it has the papaya gingham on the back, but on the other side, these flowers, they are pansies. And again, I guess those are pansy buds. There's little bumblebees also. Like, it's so pretty. One of the cards in Retreat, we're hand cutting out a couple of these flowers. They are great for that as well, but not for this card. So that's those are our pieces. And then we have another contour, Scalloped Contours die that I cut out. This one is Fresh Freesia. And look at how this die cuts. It literally cuts slits. So these are slits at the top too, but there's 2 of them, so they're smaller. So I've used this one a lot already, but I haven't done anything where I slipped ribbon or paper through there, but I'm sure you can do that, or it just looks cool. Like, it's fine to not use that as part of your mechanisms, but you could. So there's that. And then the white that I have going on top of that, again, I just measured, but this one is 1.5 by 2, it's basically 2 3/4. But then I embossed it with the, I always forget the name of this one, Textures. I knew I was going to forget it. Timeless. I have to look it up. Darn it. Anyway, that's an embossing folder that's in our current catalog, and it's carrying over to the new catalog, so you'll still be able to get it. Tasteful Textile. Yes. Tasteful Textile embossing folder. So you use that with the die cut machine, and it's very easy. Now, of course, I lost another piece of paper. Darn it. Okay, so the flower that I pre-die cut, oh, there it is. Whew, is the bud. And so I pre-die cut Fresh Freesia, Blackberry Bliss. It's a 2-step flower that you die cut, and then Soft Succulent. So the largest piece of the flower is the lighter color, then the darker is going to go on top, and then the stem goes below that, of course. So I pre-die cut those. Remember, they all 3 put embossing in there when you die cut them. They just stand alone right there. Gorgeous. And then last but not least, I have a piece of white for my greeting, and it is 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. So this card, because I pre-did all the die cutting, is going to go pretty quickly here. But it is a pretty quick card. You would just obviously need to cut your paper and die cut. I'm going to fold my card base in half. And then for my stamping, my greeting is just going to go right in the center of this white piece that I just told you about in Blackberry Bliss. So this greeting is going to say, the little things you do make such a big difference. And I went back and forth on how to do it on this card, but I ended up just making 1 strip of white that'll go all the way across and stamping the greeting right in the center. Like that, in Blackberry Bliss. And that's all the stamping. Now I just need to assemble. I'm going to grab my silicone craft sheet. When you're putting adhesive on something really small, the silicone craft sheet is perfect because any excess adhesive that would normally stick to your table or your scratch paper will just magically disappear. So I'm attaching the Blackberry Bliss flower to the Fresh Freesia flower. And then I'll put adhesive on the back of this stem, which of course has the green part that the flower is growing out of. So that's where I put my adhesive, and then I'll stick the flower to that. And then this flower is going to go on the rectangle with dimensionals, but I'll show you what I did. So I'm going to use a couple of mini dimensionals. I definitely want to make sure one overlaps where the flowers are glued together. Just helps secure them. So that'll be popped up, but this, I just didn't want to mess with cutting such skinny strips on the stem. So I'm using my tape runner. And again, silicone craft sheet is going to help any excess adhesive not mess up your project or your table or whatever, which will then mess up a future project. Did y'all see what just happened? It was, that paper so thin, I peeled off a layer. So let me add more adhesive to that. And this time, remove my fingers from it. Don't hold it that way. No problem. Let me throw this in the trash. Oh, it won't come off of my thumb. Okay, so now I'll peel these dimensionals off the back and place this on this white piece. And I'm actually going to place a B up here, so I'm going a little lower. So hopefully that makes sense. The bottom is flat and the top is raised up. The bottom stem of the flower. And then I have, do I have one over here? Yes. My adhesive remover, which if you don't have one of these, if you buy my adhesive kit, you'll get one of these in that kit, and it can take off any excess adhesive. of a tape runner type adhesive. Okay, so that's going to go flat on my scalloped rectangle. And so the way I cut the paper, those lines still show, which is pretty cool. They're cut lines, remember, but anyway, they still show. And then I'm going to add a bumblebee. Same way as before. I never want to touch the glue dot because then it's got dirt from my fingers on it. It's not as sticky. There's our bumblebee. Just kicked it up a few levels. And now let me add my designer paper to the blackberry, and then I'll add that to my card base. Oh, there is a free cat hair right there. Right there. And so that's the card base. And then the rectangle, scallop rectangle with the flower is going to be on Stampin' Dimensionals. Thank you guys for sharing. Hey, Nancy. Good to see you. Darla, you've been playing with it too. Yes. It's a great one. Honestly, it did not appeal to me that much when I first saw the pre-order. But, you know, all demonstrators, but April and I had to make decisions like out of the pre-order, what are we going to use for our retreat? And so based on what was available to order, we determined and decided to use this. So I'm putting the rectangle at the top center and the greeting at the bottom center, and that's it. But once I started playing with it, I was like, yes, I'm so glad we chose this. It's so versatile. It's so pretty. Plus, we can incorporate all the new in colors because they're in the paper. Like, win, win, win. So there's that card. Let me bring it up. You know, closer, I guess. And get a super close up. All right, so there's our second card. Hope you love it. Yes, I love this designer paper too, Martha. Thanks for sharing, Veronica. Okay, so there's that one. One more card to go. And then I have a little bonus card because I forgot to show y'all something. When I made these 3 cards, I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna show that as well. So I've got a couple of sponge daubers here. Got some circle dies. Use some fresh freesia and where's that? Soft succulent. And then one of my greetings for our card base here. Thank you, Rhonda. Basic white, 5.5, 8.5. Then, of course, we have our designer paper. This time we are using the fresh freesia gingham. So it's the back of the very first paper we used today. Thank you, Pat. This is 4 by 5 1/4. Then I have a strip of another piece of the designer paper. It's the back of one that is similar to the one I just used, but the flowers are smaller. There's more like loose leaves and flowers, and the background is a light, like soft seafoam green. So, love it. I love this design as well. But I'm using these green stripes. So they're basically evergreen, succulent, and soft seafoam stripes. And we're going to use that on this card. So let me find my ruler. It is 1 3/4 by 4. And then I have a strip. Of course, when you're cutting for cards all the time, you have these 1/2 inch strips left all the time. So this is a 1/2 inch of basic white, and I trimmed it down to 4 inches. So you notice there's 4 inches, 4 inches. They're all gonna match there. And then everything else I pre-die cut. So let me show you those. I pre-die cut a scallop circle and a regular circle from Layering Circles dies, which are not retiring. So I believe it's these 2. And that circle is, in case you want to recreate this, almost 2.5 inches. And then, of course, the next layer up for the scallop there. So the circle is basic white, and the scallop is fresh freesia. And I did emboss that circle with that same textured embossing folder from the last card. So hopefully you can see that. And also, I've already forgotten the name. Literally, that's just one I have trouble with. Then from the... let me tell you the name. The Pansy dies. I've pre-die cut 2 of the top portion of the flower. You do need 2. I wish they had put 2 of these in the set. There's only 1 of these dies, but to make 1 flower, you need 2 of them. And it can be, I'm sure people are going to make other stuff out of these. Plus, you could just make petals and do some other kind of flower. Then you need 1 of the bottom portion, which, by the way, butterfly right there. We did that in the retreat class. Then I made 2 leaves. Those are all basic white, by the way. Then I did 2 leaves out of soft succulent cardstock. And again, now you can see the embossed lines on there. So you can use it with or without the second layer, which basically adds a lot of detail in a second color, but it covers up all those cool embossed lines. Not all of them, but you know. Then I did 1 of those little flower centers, which remember the die cut's 3 at a time. It's like the dot. And then there's the other center part of the pansy that's, I don't know, I even have a clue how you describe that, but it's a little center part of a pansy. It's this die right here. Okay, so that's, I pre-did all that for you just to save you time. You know how I die cut. That's Bumblebee, by the way, and the center, the other center is Fresh Freesia. Okay, so I've seen a few cards on Pinterest where people have done this, where they die cut the flower portion in white and then sponged ink on the edges, and I loved it so much. That's why, or how I came up with doing this for this card. So I have Fresh Freesia and Sponge Daubers. You get 5 of these, I think, for $5. So anyway, and you can wash them out and use them in different colors. So I'm dipping my sponge into the Fresh Freesia, and then I'm just going to scrape it on the edge of this flower. Of course, you could go more into it and color deeper, basically. You know, you could do it however you like, but I'm just kind of doing the edges here. And again, that makes a great butterfly as well on that bottom portion of the flower. And then I'll just do it on the other 2 pieces. There are dies that you can die cut out to attach to the edges. So it's kind of like where I'm sponging is where these edges die cut pieces go, if you want to do that instead. And obviously you can mix and match colors. And then just to kind of make it match better, even though the leaves are cut in a colored paper, I'm going to sponge soft succulent, same color ink on the edge of them as well. So I think I'm using, yeah, every new in color on these cards except for the polished pink, but I used it on the last bonus card I'm going to show you. So the 5 new in colors are getting used here, and we're using all of them at the retreat make and takes. Oh, so cute. Beard. This is a beard, Stella. Is that what you're saying? Kind of makes sense. It looks like a beard, Jeanne says. So Jeanne, you made a great comment there if you didn't know that already. Oh, sorry, I need soft succulent one more time. So all I have left to do is stamp my greeting on that 1/2 inch strip, and then we'll assemble this card. So this says, a little hello from me to you. This is a long, skinny greeting, so it fits perfectly on a 1/2 inch piece, and I'm stamping it right in the center in soft succulent ink. And now we can put it together. So I'm going to grab this silicone mat again because I got a couple of small pieces there. No B on this card, sorry. Adhesive. Okay, so for the flower, I turn the large bottom portion upside down and I put adhesive on the top left and top right, and then I can start placing those flowers top 2 pieces behind. And after I place the first one, I do it on the top right. I put adhesive on the back of it to do the second one, but you can still sort of adjust these and unstick them and move them around a little bit so you can get them to the position you want them before it's permanent. So you make your flower, and then you add this beard. We're just going to assume everybody's correct, which goes in the middle and sort of, I don't know how to describe it, but it just falls into place even though there's not exact places showing you where to place this stuff. You just kind of know, like, instinctively. And then the little center that I did die cut in Bumblebee, add some adhesive to that. Of course, you could do a glue dot or something instead. It's really stuck to my finger. So you make your little flower. So pretty. And then just finished putting this together. So I'm going to attach the circles together flat. And these layering circles dies, that's what they're called. The scallop is always a very tight fit, and half the time I do it like slightly off, too far to the left or right. So just really pay attention. Make sure you can see, like, whatever color you have under it when you're doing that. You may need to move to another color if you can't see it well. I forgot to add the leaves to my flower, but I just add adhesive on the bottom back of the flower and then stick those leaves on there. And then we'll do mini dimensionals on the entire flower, including the leaves. So again, I like to overlap where I pieced things together to secure them a little bit more. And then that flower is going to go on my circle. And the strip of striped designer paper is going to go under the flower. So I'm going to just lay this out real quick to kind of figure out where I want it positioned. That looks pretty fine to me. So the stripe piece, the strip is sort of towards the top. The stripes are going up and down, by the way. And then the greeting will just go toward the bottom, but not all the way. Threw that down. Flat. Both of those are flat. And then the circle I put on dimensionals also. So I'll do 4 mini dimensionals on the circle. I haven't folded my card base in half yet because I don't know why I got distracted. That goes there. So cute. I just love that sponging look. Like, I've seen a bunch of samples, like I said. I feel like I've seen a bunch anyway. Maybe it was just one. And I'm like, I've got to do that technique. Got to. And I think we might have done something like that for the retreat, because I know we're using sponge daubers for it. Okay, so I'll put this designer paper on my card base. And then the last little thing to add to this is the rinds, the jewels, in color jewels. And I'm using the soft succulent ones. So I'll use small, and I'm just placing one on either side of the greeting. And so there is that one. Hope y'all like it. Now on my original, I tried to be like, I don't know if it was lazy or cheap or what, and use a sponge that already had a purple on it, but it was not the same purple, and some of it did come off. So it kind of looks like blue purple. It looks fine, but it's not straight up fresh freesia. And then I decided, okay, just get a new sponge out and start it with fresh freesia. I had not rinsed the other one out. If I had washed it and dried it, it would have been fine. But I had not, so. Okay, so there's our last card. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Brenda and Susan. Thank you, Carol. Oh, I guess I did bring it up close, but just so you can see that sponging. I love it. And of course the little jewels. By the way, if anyone needs to get that starter kit, you can always contact me. Thank you, Betty. I mean, it is work die cutting, but honestly, like, it didn't feel like a lot of work when I made these and the other 10 for the retreat. And I do feel that way sometimes with stuff, you know, so I get what you're saying completely, but I just didn't feel like they were trouble. And really, it did help me a lot to create this first. Like, before I even thought of a card idea, I made this. And it was truly laying here, and I was working under it. So that did help me a lot. And of course, inspiration from Pinterest and Stampin' Up catalog. I always go to the catalog too and look at what they did with the samples that are with the product that I'm using. All that stuff. So, I mean, I'm not, you know, when I first started with Stampin' Up, I copied everything. And then I slowly have learned to create on my own from all the copying, because it sort of gets in your brain after a while. I don't know why that's kind of crooked, but whatever. So the last card, the like bonus sample I threw together real quick to show is this one. And it uses that designer paper I was talking about, I believe is the back of the green stripes. Let's see. Oh, I can't remember now. Yes. So it's super pretty. It's the back of this one. But what I had intended to show you, first of all, it also uses polished pink, the new in color ribbon, and this ink. But you can also die cut from the designer paper. So I'm going to show you on the paper real quick, and you probably know this already, but this sheet here, every single flower fits in either the large flower die or the small flower die. You can see that's what I've been doing with it up there. So the back is this Calypso coral with little pale papaya dots, and it's fine, but you know, I like that they put one on the back to me that you don't mind cutting these from the front. And then there's another one that has the leaves. This one here. So the soft succulent gingham has the leaves on the back, and it's both sizes. And again, you can die cut out every single one on this page. And like you can kind of see where I've been doing that for all the samples I've been making lately. Not just for this class, I mean for today's video. I think those are the only two that you can die cut out. Remember, I hand cut some of these flowers. That looks gorgeous, which that is, I'll show you the full sheet. This one here, and here's the green stripe one, just so you can see the full sheet. So pretty. So they're similar in style, but they are different. Yeah, so anyway, I wanted to make sure you knew that you can die cut out from the designer paper as well. And it's kind of a softer look also. Of course, that soft seafoam ink color there on the designer paper. There's some of those pink jewels. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today. I have enjoyed presenting for you. And Carol, I always love stamping with you guys on Thursdays. And I appreciate you being here with me and watching me, sharing, commenting, liking, whatever you do. I'm about to cough. You know, it all helps me. Just watching the video as well. I had to drink some water. So don't forget, even if you're watching replay, you can still comment and share to be entered to win these 3 cards. These are the ones you can win. That's just, I only made one of these, so I don't have an extra of that one. And don't forget to sign up by Sunday for the retreat in a box, or that class, or April's class. You still sign up through me for April's class as well, so no problem there. Whew, I don't know what's happening with my voice. And I have one spot for bingo that's tomorrow. And I will check numbers on those extra classes I had, Sampler, Stamp-A-Stack, and Scrapbook for anyone who wanted those. Ugh. So, yay, Betty. I'm glad you have lots of ideas. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Joni. Thanks for sharing, Diana. Betty, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Cindy. I love seeing y'all. Thanks, Xana. And I think you commented, Xana, on my last video, so thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. Carol's so funny. Thank you, Sherry. All right, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Landa. Love these bumblebees, I know. Yes, Peggy, I will see you soon at retreat. Thanks, Betty. Okay, if I missed anybody saying hi or thanking you, it's just because either I didn't scroll back far enough, or literally sometimes Facebook doesn't show you the comments during the video. It's like after. Yay, Rhonda loves the pink. Yeah, this pink color is going to be great, like for the next 2 years. It's so awesome. Love it. Pam, now she might have to get that stamp set. Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, everybody have a great day. I'm going to take this off the stand to be able to finish the video, and I will see y'all next week. Thank you. Bye.